Barry Manilow honors Edna Manilow, his adored mother. One of the most lasting voices in American music, Barry Manilow, never saw wealth and recognition as the real indicators of a fulfilling existence. His mother, Edna Manilow, was the one who's believed meant most behind the sold-out performances, timeless ballads, and decades of admiration from admirers worldwide. Edna was the unseen power who shaped Barry's aspirations, fostered his skill, and instilled in him the principles that would govern him throughout his life, even before he became well-known. Edna Manilow never pursued fame and was not a celebrity. However, she had a significant impact on her son's life and profession. In a world that frequently offered little security, she fought tirelessly as a single mother to provide stability and encouragement. Raising Barry in Brooklyn, she saw his musical talent at a young age and made personal sacrifices to give him access to instruction, instruments, and growth chances. In many respects, Edna served as Barry's first instructor, audience, and supporter. Barry has frequently discussed how his mother's unshakable faith helped him get through difficult times. Edna never questioned the viability of a career in music. She saw her son's purpose, in addition to his talent. Despite the limited finances and unknown future, she encouraged him to practice, hone his talents, and pursue his love. Her support was steady, tolerant, and firmly based in love. It was never boastful or loud. Edna stayed grounded while Barry's career started to take form. She didn't let success dazzle her or insist on being acknowledged for her work. Rather, she silently took joy in seeing her son's songs reach millions of people. From his early days as a songwriter to chart-topping successes like Mandy, Copacabana, and Could It Be Magic, Edna followed his path as a mother who saw his value long before the public did. Barry has referred to Edna as his emotional compass in interviews and reflections. She taught him resilience, which is the capacity to persevere in the face of criticism or the feeling that success is far off. She also instilled in him a sense of humility by reminding him that skill is a gift that should be shared rather than used as an egotistical tool. Barry's development both on and off stage was influenced by such teachings. Their relationship only grew stronger as Edna grew older. Barry was appreciative of the years they had spent together and continued to pay attention to her needs. Losing her meant losing more than just a parent. It meant losing someone who had been there for him from the start of his journey. Barry has honored his mother by speaking with genuine emotion rather than lofty declarations, prioritizing thankfulness above sorrow. He has admitted that parts of her spirit can be found in many of his songs. His music frequently reflects the emotional language they shared, with themes of desire, love, appreciation, and recollection. For Barry, paying tribute to Edna doesn't require a single song or performance. Rather, it is embodied in the way he continues to approach his work, his audience, and his life with sincerity and heart. Edna Manilow's legacy is written in the life she shaped rather than in accolades or news stories. She contributed to the development of one of the most prosperous musical careers of a generation, with her selflessness, faith, and inner strength. More significantly, she raised a son who never lost sight of his origins or the people who helped him get there. Barry Manilow's memorial to his mother serves as a reminder of an often unspoken truth. Every great artist has a believer behind them. Even though Edna Manilow was never well known, her love is still evident in every note her son sings. As the narrative comes to a climax, it is evident that behind Barry Manilow's illustrious career lies a more subdued but no less potent force. His mother, Edna Manilow's unshakable love. There was a mother who believed in her son when all she had to offer was belief, long before the sold-out arenas, timeless hits, and standing ovations. She didn't have a loud or demanding influence. It was steady, patient, and based on sacrifice, the kind that molds a life without ever seeking praise. Every great artist has a backstory that starts far before the limelight, the praise, or the notoriety. For Barry Manilow, that tale starts with his mother, Edna Manilow, whose quiet fortitude, selflessness, and faith molded one of the longest-lasting careers in music history. A tiny house full of love, tenacity, and a mother who wouldn't allow her son's gift go unappreciated existed before the packed arenas and timeless hits. Edna Manilow did not pursue fame for herself, nor was she a celebrity. However, her influence permeates every song Barry has ever sang and every lyric he has ever written. Edna carried the burden of duty while fostering her son's artistic spirit as a single mother managing both personal and financial hardships. Even though supplies were scarce and life seemed uncertain, she made it her job to safeguard, support, and allow Barry's musical talent to flourish. This tribute is about legacy as much as sorrow. It is the story of a mother whose love served as the basis for fortitude, self-control, and optimism. The unseen fortitude behind many success stories is reflected in Edna's sacrifices, which range from working nonstop to supporting Barry's education and aspirations. Her story serves as a reminder that greatness frequently starts with one individual who has faith when others do not. Barry Manilow feels a wide range of feelings when he considers his mother's influence in his life, including thankfulness, remembrance, and an enduring sense of connection. This introduction sets the tone for celebrating Edna Manilow as a lady whose love transformed a life and impacted millions of people worldwide, in addition to being the mother of a music icon. Edna Manilow did not pursue fame or fame. In a world that provided little solace, she lived her life in the background, concentrating on survival, responsibilities, and raising her kid. She struggled financially and emotionally as a single mother, but it didn't stop her from supporting Barry. She didn't write off his interest in music as an unachievable or overly ambitious desire. Rather, she discovered ways to develop that potential, frequently at significant personal expense. Barry has frequently discussed how his mother's encouragement served as the cornerstone of everything he accomplished. He recalled Edna's voice, which reassured him that he was competent, deserving, and resilient enough to persevere in times when the music business seemed harsh or uncaring. Her faith filled the voids created by uncertainty and rejection, acting as a barrier to keep him from giving up too quickly. Edna never lived to see stardom as her desire, which is why her legacy is so significant. Her son's contentment, morality, and fortitude served as a gauge of her accomplishment. Barry learned from her the importance of perseverance, humility, and thankfulness, lessons that persisted even as his name gained international recognition. Barry's mother made sure he understood the value of honoring his roots, so despite his success on a worldwide scale, he never lost where he came from. Barry's thoughts on his mother were more nuanced and emotional as he got older. Understanding develops throughout time, and with understanding comes a heavier and more profound sense of thankfulness. He has candidly discussed how, as an adult, he came to understand the full scope of Edna's sacrifices, the aspirations she gave up, the loneliness she experienced, and the fortitude required to raise a child while dealing with her own private challenges. Barry does more than just honor his mother's memories when he pays tribute to her. He serves as a reminder to the world that every public personality has a personal narrative influenced by love, adversity, and hidden support. Edna Manilow stands in for innumerable parents whose influence is incalculable, but whose names may never make headlines. Her life serves as evidence that greatness frequently arises from tiny apartments, late-night anxieties, and steadfast faith in the potential of others. People are transformed by loss, particularly in the case of a parent who acted as a guide and protector. For Barry, losing his mother meant losing the person who had known him before anybody else, but she was always there. It endures in the songs he writes, the passion in his voice, and the earnestness with which he pursues his craft. Her effect can be seen in every performance, serving as a reminder that he was never traveling alone. Many fans today perceive romance, nostalgia, and happiness when they listen to Barry Manilow's music. Beneath those notes, however, is something more profound, a son's appreciation molded by a mother's love. Even though Edna Manilow is no longer physically present, her spirit lives on in every song, line, and interaction Barry has with his fans. Ultimately, this homage is about legacy more than just sorrow. The legacy of Edna Manilow is not documented in accolades or sold recordings. It is etched in the life she molded, the bravery she inspired, and the unwavering love. Her narrative is told through Barry's words and song, reminding us all that sometimes the strongest heroes are the ones who stand silently behind the curtain and show unconditional love. And they live forever in that love.